Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I wanted to do something a little different. So normally I spend a lot of time covering the doom and gloom in the games industry, where I talk about all the bad stuff happening, whether it's broken launches, incompetent developers, microtransactions, that type of thing. But today I wanted to take some time to point out that not all is bad in gaming right now. In fact, there are a lot of good, awesome things going on, from low-cost indie games to some really cool open-source projects, and I just wanted to show some of them off here on the channel today. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button on this video and help spread these games around. Leave a comment and let me know some of the cool games you know of that people might be interested in. And with that out of the way, let's get into the topic of today's video. So the first game I wanted to talk about is actually a totally free and open source project. You may have heard of it already, called Minetest. But I specifically wanted to talk about Mineclone, which is a game within Minetest that aims to recreate Minecraft minus all the microtransactions, DRM, chat reporting, and other associated nonsense. Now, not only is this project cool because of that, but it also has some amazing people behind it that have their own Discord where they regularly interact with players and help people sort out bugs, take feedback, and even add in things that Mojang talked about adding but never actually did. For instance, the Moo Bloom from the mob vote a couple of years ago that was never added can be put into the game thanks to its built-in mod support with the touch of a button. Add to this the fact that the developers over at Mineclone are looking to make something called Mineclone Plus, a completely optional separate free DLC for the base game, and it's being made with the intent to add extra content that's not present in vanilla Minecraft, like extra structures as an example. While Mineclone is far from perfect with a fair bit of quirks and bugs, it has a lot of potential, and the developers are always looking for help to make the game better. So if you have any skills in coding, or you just want to play a fun, free, open source version of Minecraft that has mod support, go check this one out. Next up is a game I covered on my channel forever ago called Brass Brigade. It's a single-player World War II FPS that goes for around $10. It really reminds me of the old Star Wars Battlefront games, but with a World War II aesthetic, and I mean that in the best way possible. There's command posts to capture, tanks to drive, and multiple factions to play as. What I really like about this game is that you don't just get the typical America versus Germany scenario you have in most World War II shooters, but you can actually play as or against France, the Soviet Union, British, or Italians, as well as the US and Germany. The best thing is that you can change which Axis and Allies factions fight each other, so if you wanted to have the Soviet Union fight the Germans and the Italians in the middle of the Pacific, for example, just throwing all historical accuracy to the wind, you can do that. Add to this the large variety of weapons and maps you get, you can have quite a few hours of fun. It's not a game you're going to sink hundreds of hours into, but for the price of like $10, it's actually a really good game. I couldn't make a video like this and not mention Stalker Anomaly, or just Stalker in general. Now, I know Anomaly in and of itself is a bit of a controversial mod in the Stalker community. I personally have had a love-hate relationship with it over the past couple of years, but that being said, I really can't recommend this game enough. If nothing else, just try it. Anomaly is a free, open-world, standalone mod based around the survival horror Stalker games that combines all three original games into one massive adventure across the Chernobyl exclusion zone, as well as adds in new areas to explore. There are so many mods and mod packs for this game that can make it fun for almost anyone. Do you want a more classical and simplistic Stalker experience? Then Old World add-on is for you. What about something super difficult and challenging? Then try the Gamma mod pack. Something in the middle? Just stick with vanilla Anomaly. Lately, I've been personally enjoying a mod pack called Dark Signal, which is a bit more in-depth than vanilla, but not quite as complicated and difficult as Gamma. I plan to do a proper video on that in the near future. Really, there are a lot of Stalker mods out there, but Anomaly is by far the most stable and has the most ease of use, so that's why it's made it into this video, but I encourage you as well to go and try out the classic Stalker games, as well as the various mods for them. The games themselves run for about $20, though you don't need them to play Anomaly. That's, again, completely standalone. But I would recommend just supporting the developers and sending $20 their way when they're on sale on Steam. Definitely worth a buy if you're skint on cash, or if you just want something different, just try Anomaly and its mod packs. Okay, so for anyone who's been on my channel for a while, this next one shouldn't come as a surprise. Ravenfield. I've had this game for a little over a year and have put nearly 400 hours into it, and it's fairly cheap, coming in at just under $20 US. So what Ravenfield is, for those of you who don't know, is it's kind of like a sandbox FPS game with Steam Workshop support that has literally thousands upon thousands of mods that allow you to create almost any scenario imaginable. If you want a realistic World War II shooter, with the mods that are available at the click of a button, you can have that. If you want modern warfare, you can have that too. There's even a whole bunch of space-themed maps and weaponry, as well as hundreds of skins available, all at no cost. There's no microtransactions here. There's no loot boxes. It's all free. You just click on it on the Steam Workshop, and you can use it. Also, if you have a semi-decent computer, you can play this game with around 100 different bots at once, and it's just a real treat to play. You can have these massive battles. It's lots of fun. And while it's not the most visually appealing on this list, there are some mods that can certainly change that. Now, the last game I wanted to talk about in this video is a mod called CNC Reloaded. If you've ever played the old Command & Conquer games and thought to yourself, it would be cool if these were all combined into one game, then I have good news for you. CNC Reloaded takes Tiberian Sun, Firestorm, Red Alert 2, and Yuri's Revenge, and combines them all into one giant RTS, adding in new maps, features, gameplay settings, and units. If you're a fan of CNC and haven't played this mod, go play it now, and even if you're not a fan, I would recommend it. It almost feels more like a sandbox rather than just an RTS with the sheer amount of units and maps and things that you can do. Now, the mod itself is free, though it does require you have a legit copy of Red Alert 2 installed in order to play it. You can usually get Red Alert 2 in the CNC Origin bundle. It's pretty cheap, and I think that this mod alone makes it worth it. Another thing worth mentioning that Reloaded does is it actually makes the old games playable on modern systems. That by itself is a big thing. For years, it was quite difficult to play Tiberian Sun or Red Alert on anything really past Windows Vista, Windows 7. Windows 10 was a nightmare trying to get it to run. But this mod, and there's a few others like it, make it actually possible to play. And the installation process is quite easy. But that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like on it, and just bear in mind that this was just my opinion on some cool games and projects to check out. If you think there's something worth checking out that I didn't cover, of which I'm sure there are many, leave it in the comments below. It's always good to let people know that there are alternatives to the modern trash that's been coming out with AAA games lately. That's really the takeaway I wanted to make with this video. We as gamers, especially if you're on PC, don't have to stay with the same bug-ridden, big-budget, microtransaction-filled nonsense. There are other games out there, games that offer far more fun and far more content, either for free or for a lot less money than what AAA developers are selling. As always, I have been Broken Circle, and I thank you for watching and hope you have a great day, and stay safe. Goodbye, guys.